Well, did a bit of shopping today after work. Got me some plumbing to do my rear heater, and I think I'll probably just get my brakes together. I'm gonna clean up some of this stuff that's a little crusty so I can adjust it, and yeah, get her stopping, get some brakes bled. So we got the brakes all back together. That's pretty nonchalant. We got new bleeders, new lines. I have to fasten this thing down yet. Figure that out because the tab broke, so I'll have to figure something out. The cables are in, they're adjusted, they work. I put some safety, like I just put some nylon locks in there so nothing can back itself off. And they pull, they tighten. The wheels stop, so it's got to be good, right? I think so. So, just got to cut some crimps. I tied up the lines back there. I got to finish up back here yet. Gonna probably start bleeding brakes. I think that's next. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of show how I do the master. How I bench bleed it. Well, I don't really bench bleed it. I'll do it on the vehicle. I pretty much just, there's a tool you could buy, but I don't understand. All it looked like was a syringe with a big rubber plug on the end. So I just went to the dollar store, got my own syringe, and then I'll crack the lines on the mastic. I'll take them off, and then I'll just use this to scooch fluid into the side of the master, and ta-da! It's bled. It kind of works that easy. anyways, I'll show you how that works when I get right there, as soon as I get the truck lowered down. You don't want any air in it, that's for sure. That kind of defeats the purpose of it. But anyways, I kind of scooch her up there. One down. Two down. Just clean that off. That's pretty much the basic principle to just bench bleeding. Kind of just force it in. You'll see there'll be no bubbles. It'll just come out clean, provided you got no bubbles in your little syringy thing. But man, it works. You'll just hose that off and pretend that there was no mess made. All right. Well, there's a whole series of things that didn't work out well there. So it started with, for the most part, this one didn't bleed properly. Or no, that was bled right. There was something wrong in the metering valve here. I think the valve was stuck because I'd have pressure here, nothing here. I tried in the back first because I wasn't sure, like, because this, of all the lines, the original one here is still that rubber line going to the back. So I didn't know if there was a chance that that thing was collapsed inside. But I cracked the line before it and there was no pressure, no noise, no nothing. So we knew something was up there. So then I knew that it's a brand new line all the way back there. So I cracked this, I would get nothing. So then I just started here, and there was pressure. I cracked this, there was pressure. And then in here, there's just like a little, I guess there's like a valve with a heavy spring against this thing. And it must have been stuck because I just cleaned, I took it out, sprayed some brake clean in it. And then right away I had fluid out here and then I was able to bleed the back brakes. So, long story short, I mean, it didn't take that long. There wasn't much frustration to it. Well, there wasn't really any. You just pretty much had to keep stabbing at it, work your way back till you figure out, till the fella figured out what was wrong. I've told some of you how this goes. Basically, I'm by myself, so to bleed brakes by yourself is pretty dang hard. So what I do is I don't know, this is for clamping wood or something. I go to the steering wheel, down to my pedal, and then, you know, it's probably best to go in with your foot. Stomp it down, you can get a good push on it, and then yeah, you lock it to your wheel and then you go start it, whatever, your furthest one away, and kind of work your way up to the front. So it works okay. It's slow, but the alternative is waking the wife up while she's sleeping, and that's not going to be a good time. So I pretty much just learned how to figure out how to do stuff by myself always. So So that is my trick for bleeding brakes, is just one of them. Works good for me. Again, it's slow, but I'm not in a hurry. At least I get it done versus being stuck waiting. It's faster if you got 2 people or something though, but because you can only do one, and you got to run out to the wheel, crack it, and then come back, and whatever. It's what it is. We got her done. I just murdered brake fluid all over the place here, so I just been spraying it off, try to clean it up. So she's got brakes. Well, I think she does. Should. What else do we do? Well, tomorrow I'm going to pull out some wheels because she's to the point I can actually take her for a little spin. The bumper I have not made any brackets or anything with. Alright, it's 9:30. Do I want to? I do and I don't. I kind of waiting because there's some tow hooks I'd like to put on, and I don't have those yet, so I kind of want to incorporate them into the mount. So I just have little crappy spot welds up here holding her on. I might just do another one quick just so the dang thing doesn't fall off when I go take her for a little ride. What to do? I mean, there's lots to do. What should I do? I do have to do the starter. Ugh. I don't want to do it, but I basically, for the starter, we hit the old Canadian tire, and this is what I'm going to try. It should be the right everything for that, so. We'll give this a shot and see if that top starter bolt tightens up. At least on the hoist I can lift it, pull the starter off, and then I can get at it all nice and easy. So let's do that. we got our tires on now. These are just temporary, so I can move her around. Maybe take her for a boot today. The plan though is to, I gotta still do my voltage regulator, so I have just a Dodge voltage regulator. I guess the original Dodge would have been in the PCM, would have controlled it, so I basically have the output wires on there. The wiring harness had an excite wire, so I basically ground up a little spot for it. I'm gonna bolt her in there, and yeah, I gotta look up though which wire's what though on there, because I know this one, I know it's battery power, so that's this one, so it should be keyed power. And then I think this one's supposed to piggyback to the generator, and then the other one off the generator is supposed to come back to this wire, or sorry, the alternator. I don't know, I'm gonna look it up and then I'll wire that sucker up. Okay, we got this in there, tied in place, and she's plugged in. So pretty much seen a video and it says it doesn't really matter. Like this one's got to be my keyed power, and this one goes to the field. Basically these go to each wire off the voltage, off the alternator, but it doesn't matter which one you do because they're both a field. One of them just needs keyed power, and then I guess when you shut off it's supposed to not discharge your battery, so I guess we'll find out. I'm gonna try to fire it up, and I'm gonna test onto the peg in the back there and see if we're getting 14 volts. It's a little on the low side, but I think it's working. Well, I've had her running. She's not overheating, so that's a win. Probably take her for a little boot just to make sure everything's good. I know Pablo will not get out of the truck right now. Hey, buddy. Hey. So he's pretty much a stuck fixture in my truck right now. He has zero interest to come out. He just wants to go for a ride. So yeah, like I'm saying, these are only temporary till my adapters come back. They work, they do the part, so whatever. At least I can move her around. The kid's working on a truck on the hoist. I'm gonna wheel her in and I'm gonna kind of goof around with some stuff on here. But yeah, I think I'm gonna take her for a little boot here soon. And just kind of see how she handles. Well, I got to take it for a little run up and down the driveway, but it kind of got too dark to film. I think we'll do a little bit of that tomorrow. Play around with it. Runs good, drives good. I got no complaints, but never really got it to any highway speeds or nothing yet. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it so far. I mean, there's still lots of things to do, but At least it moves around, well, moves around a little more, and I can, it'll stop and whatnot, so that's always like a big win. So I guess that's where I'm gonna leave this one. She's getting a little closer. I'm waiting for a few parts to come in. I'm gonna be doing my stack soon. Once I get my bits that I'm missing. I have to make pretty much everything, so that's not a big deal. So anyways, as always, thanks for watching, guys. We will catch you on the next one. Thanks.